This will start part 3. Couple questions. 1. Why were the Israelites counted in the book of Numbers? The census served multiple purposes. The first census was primarily for military organization, counting all men 20 years plus, able to fight, which prepared the Israelites for challenges they'd face on their journey to the Promised Land. The census also had a spiritual significance. They reminded the Israelites of their identity as Yahuwah's chosen people and bound by his covenant with Abraham. Each individual counted was part of a greater mission to fulfill Yahuwah's promise of giving them the land of Canaan. The counting also emphasized Yahuwah's faithfulness in growing the nation as their numbers multiplied greatly since their time in Mitzrayim. The second census in chapter 26 was taken 40 years later, after the first generation died out in the wilderness. This count prepared the new generation for life in the Promised Land, ensuring that the land be divided fairly among the tribes. Number 2, what does the book of Numbers teach us about Yahuwah? It reveals several key aspects of Yahuwah's character, patience, and mercy. Despite the Israelites' repeated complaints, rebellion, and lack of faith, Yahuwah continued to provide for them. He gave them food, water, and guidance in the wilderness, even when they doubted him. His justice. It means he cannot tolerate sin. When the Israelites rebelled, Yahuwah's judgment was swift, as seen in the punishment of the rebellion and the fiery serpents. However, his judgments were aimed at correcting and teaching his people. Even when the Israelites broke their covenant, Yahuwah was faithful to his promises. He continued to lead them toward the Promised Land. His sovereignty. The story of Balaam is a powerful story of Yahuwah's control over all things. Even a pagan prophet was unable to curse Israel because Yahuwah's will prevailed. Ultimately, Numbers teaches us that Yahuwah is both just and merciful. He disciplines his people when they stray, but always provides a path back to him. Number 3, why did the Israelites wander in the wilderness for 40 years? The 40 years of wandering was a direct result of the Israelites' lack of faith and rebellion. In chapter 13 and 14, when the 12 spies returned from exploring the Promised Land, 10 of them spread fear among the people. Only Caleb and Joshua trusted Yahuwah's promise and encouraged the people to move forward. The majority of the Israelites sided with the 10 spies, rebelling against Moshe and expressing a desire to return to where? Mitzrayim. This rebellion showed a lack of trust in Yahuwah's power and plan. In response, Yahuwah decreed that the current generation, except for Caleb and Joshua, would not enter the Promised Land. He sent them out into the wilderness for 40 years. Now, this is important. The 40 years, 1 year for each day the spies spent counting the land. If you've ever wondered where does 40 years come from, this is it.